Extra value meals are back. For just $5, get a savory and sweet sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, plus hash browns and a coffee. Only at McDonald's.
For limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Hawaii, Alaska, and California, and for delivery.
The Business Owners Podcast is brought to you by Business and Enever Group with your hosts, Linda Reed-Enever and Clive-Enever. In each episode, we talk to other business owners about their experiences, challenges, and successes. We'll also share tips and advice on how to grow your business and achieve your goals. If you're a business owner or you're thinking about starting a business, then the Business Owners Podcast is for you.
Hi everyone, Linda Reed-Enever, and welcome to the Business Owners Podcast. I'm excited to be here with you and be chatting to you today about the hats that we juggle or we wear within business. Now, we all get into business to do what we love. We are passionate about what we do and what we love to do. And we get into business so that we can do more of that. But what we don't realize quite often when we're starting out in this business journey is the number of different hats that we are going to have to wear along the way. And that is what we're going to be talking about in today's episode of the Business Owners Podcast. We're going to be talking about those hats that you need to wear within business life. So for many of us, we come into business living the corporate world or working from someone else, and we don't realize, or maybe didn't realize, the hats that everyone else was wearing around us to be able to do what we need to do. So as a business owner, we're now going to take on wearing those hats. So some of the hats we're going to wear in business is the visionary hat. The one that, is very exciting. We love wearing it because it's about what the vision is for the business. It's about developing strategic plans. It's about looking for growth. And it's about, getting in with the vision of what we want to do and where we want this business to grow. The second hat that we're going to wear is the operations hat. And that's the day-to-day, the overseeing of the operations, making sure things are running smoothly, functioning, that we order stuff in time, that we've got workflows in place on how to do those sorts of things. And the operations hat is another hat that we'll have to put on a daily basis within our business. Then we have our marketing hat. Now, not many of you get into business to market, we'll be honest here. Unless you're a marketing coach like myself, marketing isn't the hat that you want to wear all the time. So your marketing hat is all about creating and implementing marketing strategies to attract customers, making sure that we do that. But it also gets pulled by the operational hat or the visionary hat, or we want to go and do something over there. But that marketing hat is really important that we stay consistent with it. We make sure that we've got our newsletters going out. We've got the campaigns going out from time to time. So far we've had our visionary hat, our operations hat, our marketing hat, and now we come into our sales hat. Because the sales, the purchasing of our service, our product, whatever it is what keeps the business running, because we need the cash flow to keep the business running. So that's going to see us generating leads, converting them into customers, negotiating deals, and closing sales. And then from that journey, we go into the customer service hat, because once we've sold something, we need to provide the service behind it so that we make sure we can continue to keep that customer, and we'll handle inquiries, maybe pre-sales that's going to come through. We might get some complaints, which, aren't great, when they happen, but they help the business learn, and we get some feedback along the way. So in just that, we've got 5 different hats we're going to wear as a business owner. Then we've got our financial hat. And I'm not an accountant by any way, shape or form. So I love my financial people who work with us. But, when you're starting out, wearing the financial hat is something you're going to have to do. And that's all we're looking about: managing budgets, managing cash flows, financial forecasting, handling accounting tasks such as doing invoicing right, making sure we get the payroll out, the tax preparation. And it can be quite a big hat to wear. And then we have our HR hat. So as your business grows and it's maybe just not you anymore, you might look at recruiting on hiring or having freelancers come and work for you. And that means we've got to do the hiring, the training, the managing employee relations, performance evaluations, and payroll along the way. And then we have that product development hat. So this is when we're going to be doing something new. Maybe it's a new course, it's a new offering, and we're going to have these hats that pop up. We'll test out prototypes. We might be doing something a little bit different that will help us develop products and make sure that we are staying ahead of the market within our business. Now, as business owners, there are more hats than what you most probably thought when you got into it. The tips that I have for managing multiple hats within business is to make sure that we prioritize ruthlessly on the tasks that have the highest impact on our business goals. Now, I have clients who struggle with the changing hats, and I literally say to them, I want you to go and get a baseball hat for each one of these jobs and apply that hat. And while you're wearing that hat, you only focus on that job. And if that's what it takes for you to be able to get onto that task and get it right, then absolutely do that. Taste's going to know that you look silly. Only you really in the end. But that allows you to be able to get into a zone and that physical connection between the brain and the body that allows you to go, okay, I'm doing this type of job right now. The other thing that we need to do is we need to look at learning to delegate. Trust your team members, outsource tasks that fall outside of your area of expertise. And, work with people like myself and Clive for strategies that will free up your time to delegate those things appropriately. Embrace the technology where you can. Use software tools that will streamline those processes, outline those processes with technology as well, and automate as many of those repetitive tasks as you can do. And if you want to dive into that a bit further, the AI Async and Automation Hub, we have many, many workflows that we use here at Reed-Enever Group that you can jump in and have a look around. Set some boundaries. As business owners, it's so easy to burn out because we just feel like we have to wear all these hats, and all these hats require us to be available 24/7. Set some boundaries between work and personal, then allow yourself to take those breaks when necessary. Take those walks. No one gets a badge for not taking a lunch break, so take a lunch break. No one gets a badge for working till 2 a.m. unless it's their prime time of wanting to work, so take a break and invest yourself in self-care. Those breaks, those times for mental well-being allow you to become back and be a much more effective business owner in being able to wear and juggle those hats along the way. For me, I know that each one of these hats quite often takes a particular period of time of my week. So I like to time block in relation to each one of those hats as well. And it really helps me juggle those multiple hats that we wear as business owners. So you are going to juggle multiple hats along the way in your business journey. If you need help and support, it is not a sign of failure. It is an absolute badge of honor that you are able to reach out and get the right help and support for your business. So look at things like delegating, look at things like working with coaches, and look at things like actually taking courses and products and workshops that you need to take along the way that will help you understand how to juggle each one of those hats within business, because we are not in business to be an expert with every hat that we have to wear. We're in business to make sure that we can put that hat on and find the right people to help us along the way in getting the right advice within our business, because no business owner is an island. They have an amazing support team and crew around them that helps and support them on the journey. So until next time, I hope these tips on hats work out for you. And if you're wearing multiple hats, let me know in the comments what hats you are wearing. And if you try my hat trick about putting the different hats on, because it did work for me when I first started out, see how it goes. Wearing the different hats allows you to get into the zone.
Thanks for listening to the Business Owners Podcast. We encourage you to connect with us on social media and join our community of business owners at businessbusinessbusiness.com.au.
Ever see an idea so clearly in your head, but struggle to find the time to get it all done? Wix helps you go from,
I'll get to it,
to
done.
Build a full site just by describing your idea. Let an AI agent handle daily tasks, plan your next marketing campaign, or help out customers so you can grow your business the way you want without it taking over your life. Try it out at Wix.com.
Hi, I'm Chris Gethard, and I'm very excited to tell you about Beautiful Anonymous, a podcast where I talk to random people on the phone. I tweet out a phone number, thousands of people try to call, I talk to one of them, they stay anonymous, I can't hang up, that's all the rules. I never know what's going to happen. We get serious ones. I've talked with meth dealers on their way to prison. I've talked to people who survived mass shootings. Crazy funny ones. I talked to a guy with a goose laugh, somebody who dresses up as a pirate on the weekends. I never know what's going to happen. It's a great show. Subscribe today, Beautiful Anonymous.